Today we have 3 new projects, so I'm very excited about this. It's kind of the first time I played around some proper landscape rendering, and we have 3 new projects. So the puddle one, and man, I love the kind of wave displacement that's happening here on the water. We have the focus, and I tried to duplicate the water a couple of times, and it created this kind of effect. I don't know how to call that, but yeah, looks really nice and crisp. For this one, I added a sphere for some reason. I started with sphere on this project as well, but I was like, yeah, no, let's just make it as a landscape. And here, for some reason, something was missing in the middle, so I just added a sphere. And the third one is the coral project, and man, I just loved the way that this looks. I used the same process as what I did here, but this time I went a little bit further, and as you can see, the shading is creating this kind of coral reef here. So these are actually island kind of. So yeah, I'm going to show you how I was able to make this really nice series. I love this. So I'm going to be honest with you. Usually, whenever I make a project, I try to create new assets every time. But for these 3 specific projects, I already had kind of landscape files. So I was like, yeah, let's just reuse them. And I'm going to go to my Cinema 4D project file library on the site, and I'm going to try to remember which one I used. And I think, let's see, yeah, so this one, as you can see, is this texture. So you can then load it as well, even if you don't have Cinema 4D, or in this case Redshift. I usually have a folder with all of my maps in there, because Cinema 4D doesn't integrate the map inside of the C4D file. You need to add that separate on another folder. In Blender, you can actually put everything inside of the blend file, which is nice. But yeah, in this case, I reused some of my prior work. So back in 2020, I already reused this one back in 19 in Octane. Sometimes, it's nice to be able to reuse in another way what you already have. So yeah, and these were made inside of Word Machine. So I used Word Machine since 2016 to create my landscapes. All right, let's go inside of the first project, which is Puddle. So we have a camera, a landscape, and a water plane. So I'm gonna open up my render. It's gonna take some time because there's a lot of subdivision happening here, and this is the scene file, right? It looks really, really nice. So I'm gonna take off the water. So as you can see, this is how the landscape looks like. So we do have some issues here on the edges. I don't really know how to fix that. So the water is just a plane, and this is nice. So as you can see, the nice thing about this type of landscape is that I already have a color base. So let's go inside of the landscape shader. So we have 4 different maps. We have the diffuse, which is the color. We have the roughness, which I added to the roughness, the normal map instead of normal, and also the displacement map. So as you can see, I've set this to non-color as well as this one. I added a displacement set to 40, and that's pretty much it. So to enable displacement, be sure to go inside of your material settings and set the surface displacement to displacement and bump. Let's go to the water shader. So we already saw a similar setup in another project with the refraction, I think, and it was something similar. As you can see, we have a mix shader, a glass BSDF, and a refraction BSDF with a light blue tint. And inside of the normal here on the glass BSDF, I added a bump and a noise texture. So I don't really know if we need the transmission depth. I'm not sure if I am seeing any difference. Let's see, I think on the reflection. So let's take a look at the reflection width and without. So it gives us a lot more reflections. So let's go back to the landscape, and I wanted to go to the geometry node editor to see what's up. So I have the grid set to 1000 by 1000. Let's go to the modifier. I did add some more subdivision. So there's 2 more subdivision in the render. And when it comes to the lighting, I'm going to go to the shader editor, and I'm going to change my object to world. And as you can see here, I added a sky texture in the background. So you can actually do that if you go in the world, and here you add a sky texture, which is right here. And you also have the same options here. So Nishita sky, and you can play around with some of the settings here. So sun elevation and sun rotation. And that's pretty much it. So let's take a look at the second project, which is the focus. And I'm going to press render so you can see what's happening. Yeah, so this is how the map looks like. I'm going to go back to my camera. As you can see, I added again a water plane with the same shader. I changed just some color here and there. And I also had to put this a little bit upward. So as you can see, I love the way this looks, but I wanted something more, you know, because this wasn't looking enough. And what I did was to duplicate the water layer and just take it down, you know? And it adds this kind of wave. I also added another one. So I have 3 layers, and this, you know, this is how I was able to make that. So nothing new to add to this project. It's pretty much the same setup. I did add some new maps here from another landscape I had generated, but it's fairly the same. And let's go to the last project, which is the first project of August. And as you can see here, I went a little bit overboard with my water planes. So this is how the landscape looks like. It has a very small amount of displacement. And the thing with this one is that I didn't have a nice looking color map. So, you know, I wanted to add a lot more detail somehow. And I just figured out, let's try to work with the water shader, right? So this is the first layer. And I'm going to go to my transform here, my object, and see where it is, -4. The second one is at -6. So we are already starting to see a little bit here some of this double layer that's happening. The third water layer is at level -8. Fourth, fifth, and you know, slowly it starts to create this kind of refraction here and there. All right, so they all share the same texture, which is this one. And I have a lot of water texture, but they all have this one. And that's because in the geometry node, I've just set these to have the same water texture. The one that will work is the water one, right? So as you can see now, there's no blurriness, and we can see how this actually works. Man, this looks nice. And I'm going to take off the... Yeah, so in this case, we do need the transmission depth. So yeah, you know, I'm very excited about these 3 projects. They came out very nice. I love the color. This is the 10th behind the scene Blender project. I'm finally caught up to the project that I have. So from now on, you will see these every 3 days whenever I have a new project done. So every 3 days. Hopefully these files are helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.